stop me if you've heard me say this before, but honestly, you two dudes are a big reason why I am where I'm at. And you guys used to work for me at Lackland Air Force Base when I got started 4 or 5 years, for a period of about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 09 to 13 or so.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank you because you guys would always set the standard with everybody that was working there for us, showing up on time, leaving on time also. But it was funny. I was thinking, remember Andrew? My nephew?
Your nephew, yeah.
So my nephew actually worked for a little period of time while he was going to school to kind of help do the sheetrocking and all this time. And these guys would drive in from Canyon Lake, come down 281, right? And then all the way to Lackland. And I don't know what time you'd leave your house by, but
early.
It was super early.
Yeah, like 5:30.
And then I told Andrew, I was like, well, these guys are going to pick you up and make sure that, wherever y'all decided to meet, I forget where it was, that you're there. And I remember the first day, or one of the first days that week that he was helping you guys, he didn't show up and you left him, right? And he calls me, he's like, Uncle Richard, they're not here. I said, bro, you got to get there in time with these dudes. If you're not there, they're going to leave you behind. And I think the next day he shows up like early with tacos and stuff.
I think I remember that. I do.
So I just man, those were some good times, growing pains, for me. But it was really, really just a blessing to have you dudes, man. They're helping me out, and I know that since then, after that, you guys went off and started your construction company, independent construction, man. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Glad you guys have been successul, and glad you guys are on here today.
Appreciate it. Thanks
how's that journey been so far?
It's been good, man. Learning curves. It's kind of like you said, but we've been doing construction a long time. So, my dad, obviously, kind of, he had a construction company while I was growing up through all my childhood, and then met this guy when he was 19, I was 9, and
I know you had a story about how you met him. I think you were up for auction somewhere or something.
Yeah. So
what in the world?
Yeah. Well, my dad and his dad were in volunteer fire department, and now it's paid, so they don't do that anymore. But we had a barbecue, and they were looking for donations. They were doing donations for the volunteer fire department, and I donated my time. I told my dad, I said, I'll donate 8 hours of my time to, for whatever money y'all can make off of it. And there was, I think, 8 or 9 bids. There was ladies usually mainly going over there, like they probably wanted me to sweep their driveways
with your shirt off or something.
He was young back then.
Definitely, without my shirt on. And then his dad swooped in at the last minute because he owned a construction company to have me go work on a roof.
See how low he could get him.
Yeah, of course he was. To go work on a roof. Yeah. So
and he got
I worked for him a day, and he said, do you want to work for me another day? I was like, I ain't got no job, man. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then he was like, all right, you're working with me from now on. You live down the street. I can pick you up. It's easy. And he didn't say I was a good worker, but he insinuated.
Did he pay you the same lowly wage you said? Yeah, I shouldn't be off for it. It's like the next day, or were you able to negotiate a little more?
No. He paid me a little higher.
Oh, okay.
He actually paid me double what I was making at the restaurant. So I was ecstatic about that.
It's interesting because like at the base, remember they had the bacon wage scale that you have to like even the laborer had to make like $16 an hour back then, which is even now is a lot of money, right? But all the skill sets were kind of broken. Y'all were under like carpentry or whatever, so it was good opportunities. I mean, because you had steady work and we were able to kind of blow and go for.
I think at that point 4 or 5 years when my dad introduced us to you, we were doing construction, but just not consistently.
Not on base or out?
Just not consistently.
Yeah, just not consistently. Yeah. Kind of starting to try and get our name out there to get work. But then when he introduced us to you, it was opportunity.
Well, for me, I didn't have a pool of trades that I can kind of get and hire because I was primarily a flooring guy, and then when I got into that world at Lackland, I was able to do more of the general construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, which incorporated carpentry. You had acoustical ceiling guys, you got painters, of course, the floor guys and all that. So, what you all, for the most part, did a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the ceiling tile. Remember, y'all did a bunch of work for us there, and doors and all that. So it
started firing your other trades and just using us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So my nephew. No, but it was good because. I mean, honestly, because if you don't have the right people in place to help you, you know, do your craft or your work or your business, then you can't grow and you can't succeed. And I think that one of the best things for us is as we grew, whenever we would have our after we'd complete our jobs, we'd have the walkthroughs, and you'd have all these like 10, 12 freaking people from the Army Corps. I mean, just all these pencil pushers, right? Just trying to point out deficiencies. And over the course of us doing work there, it became like just two guys showing up, you know?
Yeah.
Then I remember my favorite was when Greg, I think he was with the Army Corps. He was a quality control guy. He knew us well enough to where whenever we finally finished a job and we said, okay, we're done, come inspect it, he literally would just walk into the middle of the room and said, okay, let's go. We're good. Y'all want to have some lunch? And then that was it, because we had set that standard, right, of quality. Sure. And I think, I mean, that says a lot about you guys, obviously. And
I remember something sticks out that you said to us when we first started working with you. Leave something for them to point out.
That was
we don't do that, though.
No, the reason why I did that was because the first job I did when you guys were involved, and Larry, the guy with the laser and the cigar that would always walk around at the end.
He was the main guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the main saber chief. And Bobby tells me, this guy's super picky. You know, this guy's going to look at everything and the doors, the walls, and you know, just kind of forewarning me. And I remember when we did the final walkthrough, and it was me, a guy named, remember Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. So he was with me, and again, all these people come in, and Larry comes in with his laser, and I've shared this before, but I had a big roll of blue tape, and he starts pointing out all these little things, right? And I probably had 15, 20 pieces of blue tape, and I learned after that not to take a big roll of blue tape, but. And so there was like all these little things, and then Jay was like, dude, this guy's nuts. This guy's crazy. Why is he like pointing out these, you know, there's nothing wrong. And I said, bro, it's not about your standard, first of all. Yeah. Get your mindset right. We're on base now. You're not at some house on the south side or whatever, you know. It's about their standards. So learn to elevate that standard, right? Try to like, okay, this is what he's looking for. Okay, cool. Now I know, right?
Yeah, now you know what to do.
Now you know what to do. So it didn't take much to fix it, touch it up. And once you did it, they're like, okay, great, good job. But then what you don't want to do is you kind of want to try to aim for perfection, reach for perfection, which is always hard to do, right? In construction, of course. But the joke was like, leave something, you know, not obvious, but we'll take care of that, you know, because they're going to have to point something out. Their job is to look for something. Yeah. So maybe not look for something glaring, you know, like a big hole in the wall or something. But I think over time, as we got better, because you almost want like that towards the end, when Greg was like, man, everything's good, let's go to lunch. You'd spend like 30 seconds at a job site. You almost felt like, okay, point something out, you know, like just something. But it was good, man. We actually had a pretty good run there, I think.